everyone. Oh my goodness. Woo! I think I'm winded from running in these pants. I don't know how Catwoman does it. Oh my goodness. No, thanks for coming here. No, my friend, really, this is really humbling for you guys all to be here for me. It really means a lot to me. I was doing a show and the guy didn't ask me back, so you're basically all here out of spite. So my husband says, why don't you just call it the Don't Tell Me No show? And I was like, that'll work. But no, I'm looking around. I see some people, a lot of people I know. I see some people that are married. I see some singles, the one woman in the back. I'm married. I am in a mixed marriage. I'm Italian, and he is an asshole. So that is the way things are going right now. No, but it's like, I was going to break up with him, whatever. We were on a break, so I started seeing this guy, and he was an eye doctor. Now, the problem with the eye doctor is he was a really nice guy, but he was terrible in bed. So the problem is he didn't know when was work and what was sexy talk. So he'd be fooling around, and all of a sudden he'd be like, position 1 or position 2. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, better now or better still. Like, every time. 1 or 2, 3 or 4. I was like, dude, you gotta stop. And it was the end because he covered my eye one day and he was like, are my nuts closer or further to your chin? How about now? No, so I was going to try to make it work with my husband, so I went to like marriage counseling. Shocker. Guess what? Me and Brian went to marriage counseling. No. And she was like, you got to mix it up in the bedroom. And I was like, all right. So I like rearranged the furniture. I was like, does that count? And they were like, no, not quite. So I was like, all right, well, where am I going to get ideas? So I went on like Pornhub, right? Mom. Earmuffs, right? So I did like Netflix, like roll the dice, like surprise me. So it comes back with orgies. I was like, I watched a couple of them, and I have to tell you, I really came away with more questions than answers from watching them because it was a lot. I mean, it was chaotic. There were all these white guys with tattoos, people coming in, people coming out, all these girls, like all different sides. It was like a pervert's insurrection. I mean, it was like January 6th on a black leather couch. I was like, what is going on here? No, it's like, I watched the orgy, and you know what I really came away with? So many questions. So many questions. It's like, how do you think you jump in? I think you go in like double Dutch. Like you're going in, like, it's a dick, it's a tit, it's a dick. Like, where am I going in? Where am I going in? But then, like, how do I pick my spot? Do they do like Yankee swap? Are they like picking numbers? Is a low number good? Is a high number? I don't know. I have so many questions. Like, is there a referee on the side that's like blowing a whistle? Boop, boop, rotate. I don't know. I don't know. And then, like, I thought, like, maybe you should have an order. Maybe you should, like, have a batting order. But then who's the poor guy batting cleanup? You know what I mean? Who is that guy? I mean, but speaking of cleaning up, I put up a pot of sauce. I really make a big mess in my kitchen. I cannot even imagine what it would be like to, like, clean up from an orgy. It's like, I don't know if Amazon sells luminol and blacklight. I'm not sure. And I'm like, I'd be done. I'd be like, there's a spot. 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 It'd be ridiculous. So, needless to say, I'm going to use that blacklight on my children and the subway bathroom that the boys use. No, my boys I have teenage boys. Anyone here? I know a lot of you have teenage boys, right? So, thank you for the one person with a kid who's lying. I know you all have boys in here. No, but my younger one, he came home from college, and I was like, let's hang out, and let's get a haircut, and let's have lunch. He's like, Ma, hop off. I was like, what? He's like, you're draining my social battery. I was like, what is that? I was like, you know what? You're draining my 401k, so I think that makes us even. And then the other one, he was at work today, so I was like, are you coming to the show? ? Show starts at 6, period. Seemed like a fine question. Picks up the phone, he calls me up, and he's like, Ma, why you all mad at me? Why you all angry? I go, what are you talking about? He's like, Ma, it was a very aggressive text. I go, what are you talking about, an aggressive text? He goes, Ma, you used a period. It was very hostile. It was very final. It was an angry period. I was like, dude, an angry period is what happened to me in white pants in 1984 in the junior high cafeteria. Bro, that was an angry period. No, but these kids, they're so annoying. And I hate to be the comment, but like, kids are so annoying. But they really are. I mean, this new group of kids, they've achieved a level of douchebaggery that I have never seen in the longest time. And I think every generation, like the caveman was probably like, when we had fire, I'm like, all right, Grandpa, I got a wheel, leave me alone, you know? But it's like, how does it work? So my mom, you know, I'm like, I'm complaining about my kids, but my mom did the same thing to me. My mom was like, you know, when I was 9 and I was watching my children and not my sisters and cleaning the house, and on Fridays I was a Shabbos goy, and I went to all the Orthodox houses and had to light their stoves and turn the lights on and off, and they paid me a nickel. I was like, Ma, it doesn't sound that bad. She's like, do you know how hard it is to get nickels from the Orthodox? I was like, whoa, Mom, Kanye. Thank you. That joke will last 20 minutes in this room. I can never use it again.
You can take it to the podcast.
No, but it's like, so everyone's like, why do you think kids are the way they are? Is it because you can't hit them? It's because they have participation trophies? Is it because of the internet? I think I figured it out. You know what I think is the problem with this generation? Poopery. Poopery is weakening our youth. Poopery and baby wipes. Like, nobody has any grit anymore. Like, I grew up going to my grandmother's for Christmas, 27 people sharing one bathroom. And like 9 courses of dinner. Like, right after lasagna course, Uncle Ernie was like taking the Daily News and he's like, going to make room. I'm like, who does that? And I'm like, and he always would come out, no regard for like rushing for people, no going down to the corner deli. He was like, takes his time and he's like, oh, I wouldn't go in there if I were you. I'm like, dude, there's like me and all my little cousins like outside on the hallway doing the pee-pee dance. Which I learned was a Pornhub category, by the way. No, I mean, listen, I think these kids, it builds character by sitting on a hot bowl. You know what? They don't know what it's like to have a hot bowl. They're like, I'm just going to go to the powder room. Mom, can I use your master? It's when we're to blame. But you know, listen, the king of the hot bowl was my father. So that's a segue I'm working on. No, so my dad died when he was like in his 50s. So I had this like weird thing. I'm like, I'm gonna die when I'm young. And so now COVID happened. I was like, forget, I'm not gonna die. I'm more afraid of the long COVID and the long coma. So now with the long coma, my fear was, the longer I sit in the coma, the more my family was going to start going through my shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some stuff in there no son should see of a mother's. So I was convinced, you know, I'd come home from the hospital and they would like, the hospital would like clear me out and chat me out. She's like, yay, she's well. And I'd come home and my family would just be like, so that's how I'm going to die. Now I'm going to, oh, did my mic die? Yeah. Mic die? Steve, sound? Steve, check, go back. So I'm going to die of, I'm going to die of embarrassment. And that's how News 12 is going to run the obit. Lady perv dies of embarrassment. She leaves behind a husband, 2 sons, and a 30-year collection of shame. Look, I wanted to throw them away. I swear, I was trying to be socially responsible. They're plastic. Like, you gotta recycle them. I live with my mother. I'm not putting them in my garbage can. I'm gonna do like a real respectable Rockville Center lady. I'm gonna treat them like my wine bottles and put them in the neighbors. Tony the garbage man pulls up his eye. I'm like, get a load of Kathy. What a hooah. Fire sale. Now, look, I made peace with them, but I wanted to throw them away, right? So I go on the Town of Hempstead website, right? And I'm looking at everything, and I'm like, do you have disposable sex toys? Do you have, how can I get rid of them? Oily rags. Got it. And then I was like, wait, is there like a butt plug take back day in Nassau County? Listen, in Suffolk County, it is the last Thursday of the month, so I'll leave you with this. In the interest of time, I had quite a hilarious collection, but I will cut to the chase that they all had to get thrown away. And my husband took me into the village and bought me a new one, right? It's this big, sits in my pocket, voice activated, USB enabled, and it's called My Stranger Thing. You just have to whisper, you go, hey Alexa, flick my bean. So, thank you, that is my time. Thank you.